Greetings, mystical entities, and welcome to the return of the Quantum Cafe and the Interstellar Lounge, with your host here, the Cosmic Messenger. So I'm all nestled up here in the winter time here on Vancouver Island, and we're now returning to the longer daylights, right? Got my scarf on to keep myself warm, and some of us have been saying too that since 2012 hit, that was kind of the end of the Mayan calendar. Now our calendar system has been massively messed with, and we have all these different types of astrology to read all of what's going on in the cosmos. But for 2020, it was another readout of the calendar, almost like we started a new sun entering the age of Aquarius. I would say more likely that we're in a birthing process still of things to come. But if that happens to be the case, then right on, because you can feel shifts moving, right? And still there's lots of the Piscean age left. It's pretty cool. But our sun is shifting, upgrading, evolving consciousness-wise. So before I get into the juicy topic of today, I just wanted to throw by a couple things that have happened in my world that's pretty rad. So, a couple cool things. I finished a Metaphysical album. And it's a lot different than what you'd normally think, and it's encoded with all sorts of tools and wisdoms, and it goes all over the spectrum. I call it Metaphysical Electronica. So you can find that on Bandcamp. So just type in the Cosmic Messenger, and the album's called The Photon Band and Multidimensional Living. It's pretty awesome. So I just released that on the 1st of January. It's 16 tracks long. It's an hour and 20 some minutes. So it's the length of a healing session. It's free to listen to and to purchase if you'd like to own it. So that's kind of a juicy tidbit. I've been working on that since, the end of summer. So pretty awesome. So I'm excited to spread that out into the world. Yeah, so that's on Bandcamp. And then the next one is I'm getting ready to take Orasoma, the next bottle potion, right? What a beautiful colors it is. I'd have to go review what it is, but it's corals in there as well too. That's bottle 118. That's known as the Echo bottle. So that's the second newest one. They just released one after that. My other Orasoma bottle, which I bought in April, it's for like figuring out how to navigate the spiritual and the material world. Interesting. The bottles are usually 4 months long if you take them every day and do a decent potion dose. I still have some in my bottle remaining. It's just defying all odds of cosmic awareness. It's pretty awesome. I've been currently reading Cryon, right? That's the third book in the series. That's channeled information. And I just got this fantastical piece delivered to me in the mail. It's a Mora Kuan Yin. And this is Palladian Perspectives on Human Evolution. It's going to be some more about the galactic history of where we are and where we're coming from. Those are some of my favorite books, so I highly recommend those ones. I believe both these books are around the 96 range, right? Pretty awesome stuff. So, now we got that out there into the cosmic fields, right? We got a new moon. We got a Capricorn moon coming up tomorrow as well. Or is that today? I believe it's today. So that's fun as well too. So here we are. So what I wanted to talk to you today was a bit about the galactic cord, but particularly the higher chakra systems. Higher doesn't mean better, it just means it vibrates at a different rate, right? So we have our 7 chakras, from our root, our sacral, solar plexus, heart, right? And when you get to the heart, you move up to the throat, and then you got the third eye, and you got the crown. Very interesting stuff. And the chakras speak about who we are, how we act out in the world, and the different elements that go into what makes us up being human. In conjunction with your astrology birth chart, you can learn a lot about yourself. It's pretty rad stuff. So you hear a lot of talk about the 7 chakra system. Well, there's 12. There could be even more. There's all sorts of ones that people get added. Some sound very similar to others. But there's a groundwork of a 12-base chakra system. So when you get to the crown chakra at the top of your head, it doesn't stop there. And just because you go above the head does not mean that that's where all the chakras are located necessarily, but the majority of them are. So there's some other ones I'd like to touch topics on, and a lot of these ones use like different shades of purple, magenta, silvers, and golds, and lavender. Those are the kinds of colors in coral that you tend to find in those chakras, as well as you have other chakras in between your chakras, your main 7, right? The thymus, the diaphragm, the hara line, the perineum, right? It's pretty awesome. So, and then you have the causal and the transpersonal point, which those connect into the higher chakra systems. So we'll just focus on those 5 new ones for today, okay? So you have in no particular order, but they kind of go in sequence like this. So the lowest one would be the Alta Major chakra, and that's at the back of your medulla oblongata. And then you have the soul, or the higher crown chakra, right? And then the soul star chakra. And you have a stellar gateway as well too. So you have stellar gateway, and the causal as well too, which are very close to the transpersonal point. So those are considered into your galactic cord, which is known as the Antakarana. And think of yourself as having two on each side, 2 cords connected to hold your physical body into place after your light body and your higher self and all those wonderful energies have manifested into some form of physicality. So you have one cord connecting down to the earth chakra, but you could think of it also too as anywhere on your body, but particularly your umbilical cord is a great spot, right? Or your feet, and that is your connection always to earth, no matter how far you astral travel, where you go when things get cosmic, because that's what the galactic cord's all about. You'll find that there's always that grounding and that safety net of being connected to the earth chakra. The other one is your galactic cord. Whether you can see it or not, visualize it, think about it, have feelings, insights, it's there with you. And this cord goes all the way out to the cosmos. It's a beautiful experience, actually. Quite liberating. It has a lot of Neptunian and Uranus-like energies, right? The 2 planets that are really, and Jupiter especially, when you're going for higher consciousness, learning, right? The divine guru within. So let's touch base on what these chakras do in a lot of the stuff. So when you activate your extrasensory perceptions, your taste, your smell, your hearing, your clairsense, your clairaudience, and your clairvoyance and all that stuff, what you tend to find is that when they reach that next octave of level and start to work in unison, then you've activated part of your galactic cord. In particularly, that's when you're starting to connect into your higher crown chakra, which turns on the galactic cord and gives you your access. It's kind of always on, but then you're conscious of it, right? And then your extrasensory perceptions tend to go, and that one works in tandem, whatever the word is. Tangent. They work in unison, there's the word I wanted to use, with your third eye chakra, right? And that's how you're going to see the manifestation come out, but the information comes from way up in the cosmos, the galactic central sun, the planets around you, the earth, all the grid work and ley lines that exist, the galaxy, the multiverse, right? Beings from other planets, interdimensionals that are speaking through you, that comes through those very spots, and it manifests into your third eye, comes down into the crown and then goes from there. So you have your higher crown, and that's the gateway, right? And then above that you have the stellar gateway. And that stellar gateway is when you are in cosmos and you're staying in the cosmos. You're going for an astral travel and you don't know when you're going to come back. You don't need to know. You'll always come back safely and beautifully for your entire adventure. So it's just something to consider when people are allowing themselves to release themselves into the body, and they do, I call it astral traveling with bilocating, right? Then you can reappear in different spots. Some people try and quad locate. The possibilities are endless. It just depends on their vibrational level, our consciousness level, and the experiences that we've had. Stellar Gateway is really, really cool. And that's also how we get downloads and energy readouts from the planets, from other beings. Channelers get their information that way, right? It's the Stellar Gateway. That's the seat of the downloads, right? These things work really closely with your auric field and with your light body. I bring a lot of these together because they're all one system in the end, right? They're individual systems, but they have a whole unit putting them together. And then you have your soul star, and your soul star gets you in touch with who you are before you even animated the body that you're currently in, and all other bodies you've ever animated yourself in touch with your oversoul and your 144 avatar codes. And I'll make another video down the road about all of these 12 dimensional templates that we're downloading and utilizing that are in the field and accessible. But those ones are also really important too, because those come through the galactic cord. Some come up through the earth chakra, which in my opinion, the earth chakra, the deeper regions of it, is just as cosmic as anything else, and interstellar, mystical, all the wonderful astral wildness that goes on in our fields. So you got the soul star as well too, right? Higher crown, stellar gateway, that, and the causal point as well too, and other practices and other ones. That one's just a little bit more back there, but off to the side and up a little bit, and that's mixed with the transpersonal point, right? Taking things from directly who you are in the physicality that you know, and then moving them up into the higher frequencies. At the back, you also have an Alta Major chakra. Alta Major. An Alta Major chakra gets you deep into your DNA axis and allows you to reach all of the multidimensional timelines that you've ever lived, and all the beings you've birthed, children you've had, places you've been born from, different planets that you've had experiences on, both in dream space, waking life, and in spirit form when you leave the body. So that one's really awesome. So when I'm particular doing my energy work sessions, when you get the hands down at the back on the body and you place them there, it has so much more energy and power than we could ever imagine. That's why people come out of it having these deep visualizations of having a past life experience. Now that doesn't mean it's always going to occur, but it's a zone, for that wonderful word, the catalyst, for that to occur. And this is where, with those kinds of work, you get deep into the cellular work, because the galactic cord brings everything down and then chooses what chakra it needs to work with, or multiples, or all of them, to see where they go and they flow. For the deepest healing to occur, core root issues, patterns you want to change in your life, right? It has all the master insights from healthy eating to purity of water, to seeing through the deep state matrix, to shifting your own inner verse, to bringing in abundance, to connecting to your heart and love centers, right? Your soul star and your heart chakra, they go well together because they feed that essence and of all the parts of who you are. This cord will guide you and be with you all day, every day. And even just taking some time to activate it. Well, how would I go about activating that? The cosmic messenger has a response for you. Just even thinking about it for a moment and asking for it to activate is huge. There's no one right way to do it. And everybody's going to have these different tips and tools. I say if you resonate with them, try them all. You can do affirmations for asking for it to be activated. I have an Instagram page where I make galactic affirmations. It's also the cosmic messenger. And I'm sure there's something within there that you can find, and you can start to create your own too and use them. They work really well. When you use an affirmation regularly, it gets very potent. You also placing your hand on the top of your head gets you in contact with the bridgeway, right? Between your crown chakra and your higher crown. So there's ways to do that with that too. Meditating, recognizing that anytime you have deep visualizations, to go places like that too. And some people go to sound therapy, right? A live gong or some crystal bowls being played, and that can activate that opening as well too. It's pretty awesome stuff. And if you have new ideas that you come up with and they work fantastic, share them with others. Let this medicine, this sacred medicine, go out into the vortex of the world, right? So we were talking about the galactic cord and the Antakarana, right? And then it's infinite miles long. And it connects to the galactic center and has its wings and its tentacles and its nervous system, right? You want to keep your nervous system robust and strong, as well as your endocrine and lymphatic systems particularly. And good stretching too, because the stronger that you keep your body and keep that all moving around, then the easier it is for the information sent from your Antakarana galactic cord, all of your higher crown chakras, the upper 12 or upper 5, then they can transfer that information and get more. You know, like people, we have a interesting mix with technology right now. It's kind of getting out of control, but grateful for when it helps us. But when you plug in a more powerful USB stick, right? USB cord, I mean, you get more information transferring through it. Well, our body can transfer so much a USB cord can't even keep up with it. But it depends on how strong your nervous system is. That's going to be a huge seed for connecting all of these different bodies together, right? Go online, grab some books, do some research. It'd be wonderful if I could find a book too on the higher crowns. I have information on small pieces of them, but an entire master manual of that would be something really cool to create. Yeah, so if you happen to find some of those things, go for them. They're amazing. And you'll also find too that the colors that each of those upper chakras resonate with also translate into healing as well in the worlds of color therapy, right? It's pretty awesome stuff. So yeah, that's kind of some of the tidbits. Just wanted to come on and make another video and spread some more divine sacred wisdom out into the cosmos. Yeah, we're in 2021, here we go. And this, like I said, this time where we're at home with this pandemic, this is the ultimate time to get in touch with your core root self. Through the Galactic cord is a great method, but any way, shape, or form that you take it, take a break from everything, which we don't really have much of it. We do have a choice, but we don't. It's really interesting right now. But spend that time working on yourself. This is the ultimate time. And the thing is, when you work on yourself, it never stops. It takes many, many years, sometimes decades. And there's so much information out there coming out. Just watch out for the disinformation. And your galactic cord, if you tap into it, that will help filter things out. Oh, that's another one for your galactic cord. Gets you in touch with the cosmic internet. The Akashic records, the database of the universe that's everywhere and everything through universal life force energy that remembers everything that's ever occurred. Now that's cool. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. It was a pleasure chatting with you, and we'll talk soon. Later.